I'm a hoarder, admitting it's the first step. I have way too many backgrounds, but I can't stop printing. You can't just make one. Time to tighten up the chaos. Actually use what I have. But it's overwhelming. Where do you start? How do you sort through it all? I need a system. Hey chickies, welcome. I love to gel print and the prints are amazing, but they don't always turn out and sometimes you have to keep it going until you just nail it. Some of my favorite prints, they are the ugliest in the bunch. But the problem with creating so much art, while I do love the variety, you end up with a massive stack of prints, some that, let's face it, they don't make the cut. A few are cool, a couple others, they're okay, but that's where the hoarder problem comes in. I have a tough time throwing them away. Literally, I can't. Something just won't let me. It's a real problem. I think that some of you might be in my camp too. Kind of why I end up with too many of those paper scraps. Remember the video? I pay good money for that paper, not to mention all the time that I put into those prints. I need to rein in the chaos and bring a little order to this. The stack of prints, because it's too much, the easiest way to probably take back control is to sort it. Keep it to 3 stacks. We'll go ABC for simplicity. A pile, that's your keepers, ready to turn into whatever you need at that moment. The B pile, those are the not quite there prints, they need a little something something. And the C pile, they're the ugly ducklings. I call them that because I wouldn't use them right away, but that doesn't mean they necessarily get thrown out, yet. We'll circle back to those. Your smallest pile, that will most likely be your A pile. I like to make cards or turn them into art journals, coasters, whatever you want to do. They're ready at a moment's notice. The biggest pile is going to be your B pile. Those you can use on die cuts, canvases, cards. They're great for collaging, but the best use for those is going to be to continue to build texture on those by pulling those positive stencil prints from there or using them directly from the gel plate. Of course, you can build them up by direct stenciling to them or even drawing on them with paint markers. Sky's the limit here. Consider these a great starting point, and it's a mark already on the blank canvas. The C pile, remember those ugly ducklings? It's time to turn those into swans. Let's make big changes here or use them through negative images. You'd be surprised how a little something gone very wrong when cut down in size is the coolest thing. It never ceases to amaze me how these always end up being some of my favorites of the bunch. I do keep them sorted in a box or bin. This way I can have quick access to them, especially those B and C piles, for when I'm making prints. That way I can keep developing that texture. I don't always want to have to start from scratch. Reach for that fresh sheet of paper, because then I'm only going to end up building up more of those B prints in that stack, and that's going to end up being way too much. But you just might find that having those little starting points, especially those C pile ones or even the B ones, they will end up making the coolest art. You've reined in the print chaos. What if I told you to turn a little loose now? But you really kind of need to start at the beginning. Maybe even try something new and scary. My friend Carrie did just that. She's going to show you how to tap into creative inspiration that you may not have thought of. Click right here to find out more and consider subscribing to her channel. She's got a ton of great ideas that I think you'll love. Meet you there.